The problem with school popularity, man, look, when it comes to high school, this is how I've always thought about it. High school always seems to have the popular kids, which are the kids with the nicest, the nicest clothes, the nicest shoes. They always look dripped out, basically. And then you got the regular folks. Like I would consider myself a regular folk that stayed out the way. You know what I'm saying? You got them, and then you got the nerds and the YNs, right? But they're still kind of popular at the top too. But you have the nerds that don't have the nicest gear, they don't have the nicest clothes, shoes, whatever. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? They don't really have that stuff. But what's crazy is those be the ones that end up being the top of the top after high school. You feel me? Like the roles usually reverse. The people you thought that were at the top popular in high school don't never end up being somebody for real like after high school. Like yeah, you you feel me? You got certain people that do making stuff like that. They capitalize off what they was doing. But the not even poor, but the nerds that were at the bottom, I kind of fuck with them too. We watch anime and shit. They just end up being you feel me, the Bill Gates, you feel me, the Mark Cubans and stuff like that. They end up being stuff like that. But yeah, like I never really understood this popularity thing in high school. It's like, bro, if you don't got the nicest gear, you feel me? That's that. Back then, folks used to roast and do all this other stuff because you ain't had the nicest gear on. But hey, we passed that now. Nobody really cares no more. Nobody really cares. Now I know I'm yapping y'all ears off, man. I'm talking too much. Let's get straight into the video. We react one of Cheats videos. You know what I'm saying? Really entertaining guy. I enjoy them shits. I enjoy the videos. You feel me? Let's get straight to it.
All right, you read the title. You know what we're talking about today. This is why trying to be cool in school is an utter waste of time.
Facts.
Look, I get it.
Facts.
We all did dumb stuff to fit in, but let's be real. Half the cool things people did back then
Oh
are
my
straight
goodness.
up embarrassing now. So today we're going to be breaking down why chasing clout in school is an utter waste of time. It's pointless. It's embarrassing. Negative adjective. You get the idea. Let's just get into it. First off, we got the fashion flexers. These guys were absolute tryhards, spending ridiculous amounts of money on clothing just to get compliments from people at school. We all knew that guy who walked into school wearing overpriced designer clothing to get validation from his peers. Now, whether this guy was dumping his weekly paycheck into sneakers or his dad is super rich, it doesn't matter. It's still a waste of money when you think about why they're doing it. All this to get some lousy...
Nah, this is true. I know I'm pausing too close to the beginning of the video, but it doesn't matter. Look. We reacting. My fault, but we reacting. You feel me? But yeah, like people that used to spend $1,000 or whatever, 500, 600, whatever. Bro, I've seen people rock bread 11s in school, and them shoes are expensive, man. As soon as they come out, 190. But after, boom, crazy. Never.
Attention, bro. It's never worth it. It would be so funny till you'd see these kids with like $1,000 pairs of sneakers while their shirt and jeans got holes in it. Like, bro, you really just dumped all your money into one pair of sneakers. Everything above your ankles got you looking foolish. Dudes out here flexing like it's Paris Fashion Week, but they don't even got a pencil for class. Keeping up with trends
Bro, I
just
never
for the
had a
sake
pencil
of
either, I'm gonna be
maintaining
honest.
social status has always been bizarre to me, but it's always seemed like the most useless when it's been with clothing because, hey, the literal value of it is so little. Like, there's no actual use to owning a t-shirt that's $1,000. Whereas even though it's a stupid purchase, if you spend the same $1,000 on like the newest MacBook, even though you have a perfectly working computer, at least you're getting the newest MacBook. It was Supreme and Bathing Ape back when I was in high school. I could care less what it is now, but I see that shit at thrift stores now. Okay, I go to Goodwill every now and then to see if they got like cheap games or clothing, whatever.
Now what's crazy is that we just stopped seeing Bape and Supreme stuff. We just stopped seeing them really. Like, what happened? Like, now that I'm thinking about it, they just really disappeared out of nowhere. Like, at some point, Bape and Supreme, they had people in a chokehold. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Had people in a chokehold.
It's probably fake, but I've seen Supreme and Bathing Ape like at these Goodwills. So if you want to wear it for like a few months and then sell it to someone, I guess that's kind of worth it. But still, just be smart with your money. This also kind of ties into a thing I've noticed that's been around forever, where people will sell themselves out and completely change who they are to fit in with the popular group at school because it gives them access to parties or I don't even know.
A lot of lies said around
Yeah, there's people that do that.
There's this whole popularity contest of trying to be part of that in-group that everyone else wants to be in, you know? The kids who strutted down the hallway like they owned the school, the ones who threw house parties that turned into school-wide events, where half the people there didn't even know the host's name. Now, for whatever reason, the popular kids were the popular kids. Like, it's maybe a hot girl that everyone reveres because of her looks, or, you know, the D1 athlete who's throwing parties.
Bro, what I tell you at the beginning, man. What I tell you at the beginning, bro, is always the athletes or the people that got the nicest clothes, nicest whatever. You feel me? Athletes are definitely going to be up there. They're potential prospects for the NFL. You just never, you feel me? It's like a pool of people. You get lucky. The girls get lucky if they pick one that's an NFL prospect. You feel me? You get lucky. But hey.
Winning titles for the school. It was always so bizarre to me to watch people in real time like fucking backstab their friends and become really slimy people just to fit in with that group to, I don't know, achieve some fake status at the school. There's nothing wrong with being the outsider. There's nothing wrong with being the weird kid. Like, you have your own interests. That's what make you who you are. It just so happens that the social climate of high school doesn't tend to value the things that are actually valuable. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the stuff that's valued is vapid dog shit, like how much your sneakers cost or if your laptop is new. If you're sitting alone at lunch and you're not getting invited to parties because you're learning how to fucking code.
Bro, that used to be, look, I'm not gonna say I was the coder, but that used to be me. Like, if you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, yo, come over here, you sit with the, you feel me? You come over here with something like that. If I don't get invited somewhere, I'm not finna just invite myself into somebody's space. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know folks want me there. They ain't finna just like try me on some shit. Man, who let this lame ass nigga? No. Never that. I'd rather sit alone. Especially when I didn't have my friends in my on my lunch period. Nah, that was over with. You feel me? I'm sitting alone. I don't care. Or I'm sitting with the you feel me? The folks that like anime and shit. Like, I like anime too, so you feel me? I'm a vibe with them. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you're gonna win at life. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be that binary where you neuter your social life to focus on your autistic hobbies and interests.
It's all bottomite.
But in big schools, the popular group is usually just a bunch of fucking dorks. High school status means literally nothing. And there's cases where these popular kids, these groups, are not actually bad people. They've done nothing wrong. Like, they're fine being what they are. But the snake-like behavior that comes out in people that want to fit in just needs to be studied. Case in point, like if you were to get the invite to a popular party or something like that, but you're told you just can't bring your friend, that's just shady. Like, dude, either don't go or try to get him in. Especially if he asks you, like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? And then you say nothing, bro, you're in the wrong. The gang will not forgive you for this. That's slimy.
To be honest, like, look, I don't think it really matters though. Like, you feel me? I would have just been like, yeah, I'm going to this party, and if I ain't invite my friends, that's that. Like, you feel me? I'm just going to the party. I don't have to invite my friends to a party. You know what I'm saying? And I think they'll think the same thing, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't, oh man, I'm going to this party, I gotta invite my friend. Nah. Like, you feel me? If they wanted to go and I was like, yo, you feel me? They said not to invite nobody, I'll tell them straight up what the word is. You feel me? I'll tell them what the word is. I don't know. That's just me. I might be wrong.
That's my next point, which was the stupid stuff people did just to impress people. Let's not forget, right? The stupid shit people would do, like climbing on top of cafeteria tables, sprinting down hallways like they're on fire, or getting detention just to seem edgy. Like, bro, what was your end goal here? To get a gold star for being a menace? Or like when people would make up fake rumors about other students to get people gossiping, and they're like, well, who'd you hear that from? Insert blank name. Oh shit, how does he know? And it's just like, you know what I mean? I think it's one thing to embarrass yourself in order to get attention or popularity. Not that I approve or think it's cool at all. It's pretty embarrassing. Like taking off all your clothes and standing on top of a desk screaming the N-word just to go viral and then like become your school legend. It's just like, bro, you're gonna get expelled. Like you're not even gonna have time to enjoy your own little fame. But I still think that's one thing, you know, because at the end of the day, you're making the choice to fuck your own life up. But then there's ruining other people's lives with lies, gossip, and like leaking stuff that's just like so uncalled for, and you really are just the worst.
George Alexander.
Nah, see, look, I'll say one thing that I felt sorry for when it came to these girls is how quick they'll get leaked. It like, and it don't even be on no bullshit too. It's not, oh, like, yeah, she did this and nothing. Like, still wrong. You feel me? It's still wrong regardless. You feel me? But at least there's a reasoning behind why you did some shit. But these niggas were just off rip. Just, you feel me? Just, bro, you seen this shit I smacked? Bro, like, you want these nudes? Boom. Everybody in the airdrop. I mean, when airdrop was, what? Let's airdrop that bit. Boom. Airdrop. Everybody in that class got it. Everybody in that class. Now you that one girl that's looking around wondering, like, damn, they talking about me. Now I feel sorry. I feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for them.
You are a sexual abuser, and you're grounded for a fucking week. No Xbox, motherfucker.
Like, if you got into a little scuffle with someone, and then, like, as revenge, you're gonna leak Discord messages of them saying not good things, like, bro, you're just the worst. You're just lame. On the topic of pressure, there was also this insane, weird pressure to date and get the girl/guy. There was always the pressure to be in a relationship, like it was an achievement. Yo, man, did you see who I'm dating? Did you see who Ryan's dating? Like, cool. No one cares. Half the relationships back then were just people awkwardly holding hands in the hallway and taking a couple selfies that look more like hostage photos than anything romantic, just for them to break up next week, post a sad Bart Simpson lucid dreams edits, and
get up out of here.
Don't recognize each other in the cafeteria.
Remember seeing those on TikTok.
Like if they didn't get a high school sweetheart, their whole life would fall apart. But fast forward a couple years, and nobody cares if you dated Ashley in sophomore year or you had a serious relationship that lasted 2 weeks. I never dated in high school. Shocking, right? That the YouTube guy with 3 channels who streams and does commentary didn't date in high school. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't really care. I just was playing CSGO with my friends, hanging out, making memories. And honestly, that stuff I don't cringe out over at all. You know, high school memories I had with my boys, middle school memories I had with my boys, many, if not all of which I'm still friends with, that was way more worth it than any fucking relationship I would have had back then. You know, there's this whole thing about FOMO, fear of missing out, that makes people act even dumber. You know, everyone's terrified that if they don't go to that one party or skip that one class with the cool kids, they'll be labeled as lame forever. So what do? They go along with every ridiculous trend, even if it's something they hate. And it's so funny because after high school, FOMO just vanishes. Nobody cares if you missed the big game or that one bonfire. Everyone collectively realizes none of that mattered. It's almost like we were all brainwashed into thinking that every little high school event was life or death. Turns out it was just Tuesday. Here's the brutal truth. After high school,
I feel like sometimes that still hit me. That FOMO shit still kind of hits me. I'm talking about real life. I be feeling like I'm missing out on a lot of things I could be doing at 23, bro. I am 23. And yeah, I know I'm still young and stuff like that, but it's like I'm 23 and I have yet to experience a lot of things. Like, yo, what am I doing with my life? That's how I be feeling like, yo, bro, I'm just missing out. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go to the latest LeBron game, like Lakers game, you feel me? And watch LeBron play before he retired. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
Nobody cares. All that time you spent worrying about being cool, it's irrelevant. Nobody cares if you were prom king or most likely to succeed or the kid who could flip a water bottle perfect. The minute you walk out of those school doors with your diploma, everything resets. Suddenly, all that clout and popularity you built up in that little microcosm of high school just evaporates. People move on, get jobs, start families, and the only place they're flexing is on their fucking LinkedIn. So if you're in high school now, stressing about being cool or fitting in, or middle school or even college, right? I know it might fall on deaf ears because you're currently in there right now, but take it from someone who was through it all. None of it matters at the end of the day. And don't take that the wrong way. Don't take that to mean that, you know, oh, nothing matters. I should be reckless. I should be careless. I shouldn't do things that are cool or challenge myself or step outside of my comfort zone. Take it to mean the exact opposite, okay? If people don't think you should be able to do something because of your social status or be somewhere because of your social status, or you've been placed into these little fucking boxes like, oh, he's with those kids. Like, dude, just reject all of that. Be who you want to be. Fuck social pressure. Fuck any of that shit. Be good to people. They'll be good to you. Don't sell yourself out. Don't be a retard. You guys know the drill. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate the support recently. It's been crazy. We're already at 17,000.
Man, look. I can agree with this. Popularity in high school was a little bit too much. They was doing too much. But hey, we're at a different point of life once you leave them doors. 100%. That's not even 100%, 110%. All that stuff you did in high school really don't matter. It don't matter if you didn't even with sports. If you wasn't even that guy in sports to even get an NFL, you feel me, or a college, you feel me, whatever, like a scholarship to go to college for football, and I'm talking about like a good scholarship to a D1. If you didn't get one of those, everything you did in college, everything you did in high school, that shit don't matter. That's why some people that be playing sports and stuff like that, when they see they're not gonna make it, they just resort to being in the hood and doing what they do. You feel me? Because they banked on everything. They banked everything on, you know, being an NFL player or NBA player. But if you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification button if you're trying to stay updated on the next video. And I'll see you next time. Peace.